We're going to cut all this out, right?
I don't know, because every time I listen to my favorite podcast, they always just come right in from whatever the heck they're talking about.
Okay.
But then at some point, there has to be like this pause point. Like,
Yeah, for our theme song.
welcome to the first ever Essential Students podcast, and welcome to the Winter Olympics episode of the podcast. It's our first ever one. We're going to kick it off with the Winter Olympics because that's what's relevant in a lot of different ways right now. With me, I've got Andrew.
Hello.
What's up, man? We got a great show planned for today. A lot of things to talk about that is coming up. This is the first ever Essential Students podcast. We've been talking about this since right before Christmas, and we figured this would be a great week because this week is Winter Olympics at Revolution Youth. By the time this episode comes out, it's most likely going to come out on the Sunday of. So Sunday morning, I'll send this out. So you guys, if you're hearing this right now, it's probably Sunday morning, which means that you're either in church or you need to be up on your way to church. Maybe you're here right now. I don't know. But hopefully you get a chance to listen to this. But tonight, I'm saying tonight because it's going to be Sunday when you hear this, is the Winter Olympics at Revolution Youth from 5 to 7 p.m. We have a lot of great things in store. This is, how many years have we been doing this?
Winter Olympics, this will be year 2.
Year 2.
Second annual.
Any highlights from last year, notably, that you can remember?
Chaos. A lot of fun was had. We gave out a lot of medals. I think the highlight was the figure skating, which I don't want to give it away, but there may be figure skating again this year.
Right, and to clarify, that wasn't figure skating on ice.
No, it was wax paper.
Right.
On carpet. Well, we call it carpet.
You call it carpet?
Yeah. It's a layered concrete. Yeah.
This podcast exists for one reason, and that's we don't want Sunday to be our only conversation. I know you guys as students have expressed to us that you would like to be together more often. We can't always, be at the building or be together in virtual, social, whatever environments it is. But for here, we can at least continue conversations or have conversations that we don't normally have time to have on Sundays. This just happens to be Winter Olympics weekend, so the only thing to really talk about right now is the Winter Olympics. And I don't know about you, Andrew, but the Winter Olympics have been on in my house now for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, nonstop.
Do you ever remember there being a time in your life up till now that you've watched this much Winter Olympics?
I don't think so. I've always been a Summer Olympics person. Super into Summer Olympics, mostly because those are sports that I played. These sports, I think, are mostly made up, which I kind of like because I like to make up games. But yeah, I don't remember being as into the Winter Olympics as I am this time around.
What is your favorite Winter Olympics event?
Curling.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Andrew has gotten me into curling. I say that. I also echo the idea that if there's nothing else on, I'll typically just watch whatever's on. Mm-hmm. And so curling has always been for me one of those events where it's on and you're like, crap, nothing's on but curling.
Right.
But there seems to be multiple phases of how curling evolves in one's life to where you are one point saying, crap, that's the only thing on, till the next you're literally yelling out, curl hard.
Yeah.
Hurry hard. Is what it,
right.
Why am I so addicted to this sport?
I don't know. It when you first watch it, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
I was up at 7 o'clock this morning on a Saturday watching the bronze medal match.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm up at 7 o'clock on a Saturday other than curling is on.
Yeah.
And why would I miss that? It's the last one of the games. I don't want to miss out on the last.
So you did a great job of explaining this to me. And I'll be honest with you, I took your information and then a little bit of ChatGPT.
Right.
And then just watching it nonstop, all the replays and everything, which was also confusing because there's multiple forms of it. So like I went into mixed doubles and couldn't understand for the life of me why there were 2 rocks already on the ice.
Yeah.
So that was, and then ChatGPT is like, you are most certainly watching.
Obviously. Yeah.
For most of our audience who, like me, probably doesn't understand, if you were going to take somebody through a crash course of, number one, why it's your favorite, and number 2, what is it about the sport that nobody understands that makes it so great? What would you say?
So for me, one of the reasons I love it is I feel like I could do that, right? Like most of the Olympic sports you watch, like the ski jumping, there's no way I'm doing that.
No.
You like to snowboard. You said I like to ski. The half pipe things, I'm not doing that.
No.
I'm not doing any of the go over the ramp and do the 8 rotations with a twist and grab the bottom. I'm not doing any of that. I would most certainly die. So I watched.
I'm the guy wadded up in the orange fencing.
Right.
That's me.
Yeah.
Just holding on for dear. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So when you watch curling, you think, I could do that today.
Yeah.
I don't see what the big deal is. And also, like, maybe this is an American thing, but I like to sit on the couch and critique people that have been doing this their whole lives.
Right.
After I've watched it for 5 minutes, and I'm like, it's a terrible shot.
Yeah.
First rule of curling, don't try to learn the rules from the announcers,
No.
because I'm not even sure they know how to curl.
No.
They use a lot of words that are just words.
Well, I don't think they can find announcers. I'm listening to it. It seems like it's players.
Yeah,
because
it's former players.
they're using words, and there's usually someone beside them that's like, now, what does that mean exactly when you say that?
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think they can find enough commentators. I think it's the people that are already playing the sport, trying their best.
Right. Or they've already lost. So they're like, oh, well, you lost. You want to stick around for the rest of the Olympics and talk to everyone about what they're seeing on TV? Sure. Because many times they will roll a shot, slide a shot, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And I'll think in my head, well, that's no good. And they'll be like, that's a beautiful shot. I'm like, listen, guy.
I clearly don't understand
Yes,
this.
I must be missing something.
I'm obsessed with. Have you found any cool clips or?
I have. So here's one of the U.S. So this is our skip, they call, who's like the skipper,
Yeah.
the leader of the team.
This is the walk-off win.
Yes.
The U.S. curling walk-off win.
Yep. And so she's rolling the Yellowstone, releases it right there before the hog line. We didn't talk about the sweepers, but there's 2 sweepers on a 4-man team. You see they are sweeping. And depending on which direction you move the broom, depends on what happens with the stone.
Oh. Okay.
So they do something called clean, which means basically smooth things down, so it can keep rolling. And you see she's rolling it right onto the button. If she hadn't have gotten that shot in there, they were lying 3 at that point. It looks like at least 2.
Yeah,
maybe
because
3.
the yellow one is so far out.
Yes, and now the yellow one ended up being
Yellow
closest.
ends up being that
It's game over.
game.
So I think we were tied at that point.
Hey,
So that was exciting. Good.
this is way more intense than anyone would think it is. Like,
Yes.
straight up sweating bullets and yelling at my team.
And I like when they interview the coaches and they're like, the crowd here is electric. And in the background, there's like 15 people in the stands. It was like, yes, her family is very excited to be here.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
what they're used to, which is nobody watching, because there's
Correct.
all of 6 places in the world that you can actually do curling.
So when they sweep really fast like that, they're creating friction on the ice, which actually makes it go faster.
Okay.
Because the ice has actually little pebbles on it. It's not entirely smooth.
Right. That's what the guys out there throwing all over the place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they are trying to make it roll farther.
Got
when
it.
It happens.
Okay.
Or make it curl. There's a lot of yelling.
There is a lot of yelling.
I feel like the United States, we're at a disadvantage.
Yep.
Because most of the other countries speak a little bit of English.
Yeah.
I think it's the only sport where you're just yelling your strategy out in front of everyone. The sheet of ice is 150 feet long, so that's half a football field, 50 yards. And so, like, the person that's about to roll the stone, sometimes the other people are down there looking at the rocks and where we should throw it, things like, and they're just yelling down there, like, here's what our strategy is for the next 3 shots. Like, you don't do that in football.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they break the huddle and the quarterback goes there and looks at the wide receiver and goes, hey, go down 10 yards and cut in. I'm going to hit you in the left shoulder.
Yes.
That would never work.
No. You just
Right. So,
just film that in locker rooms ahead of time, like
correct.
the Patriots.
Yes. Cheaters. Yeah, so that's a disadvantage. So the fact that we got 4th is pretty good.
Okay.
When they were playing the Japanese team, it was a lot of shrieking.
Yeah.
Sounded like a lot of like birds. There was a bird attack. I don't know what was happening.
Yeah.
But we had no idea what they were doing because we don't speak Japanese.
You know what I thought was funny is that I watched a lot of curling before America or U.S., whatever they like to be called.
Well, the A is
USA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched a lot of curling before they competed, and so it was obviously can't understand anything. I found it interesting that even when they were speaking English, I still didn't understand anything that they were saying.
I also think it's funny that some other countries, when they're talking, when they talk about parts of curling strategy, they'll say it in English, as if there's no language, or no word in their language that corresponds with what they're saying.
Sure.
So they'll say things like, whatever, blah, 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 the house. It's like, certainly you have a word in Sweden for house.
Yep.
But they still say the house.
The house.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
There's a lot I don't understand.
Yeah.
But curling, I understand. I feel like, I don't know. The sport apparently has been around for a long time.
Okay.
I saw today they just started in the Olympics in 1998.
That's when it started in the Olympics.
But I'll put a video on the screen. Here it is in the 70s, 1972. These fellows are wearing khakis, belts. They're using what looks like a fireplace broom.
They got cigarettes in their mouth.
Yeah, the guy's smoking a heater for sure.
Is that allowed now? Can you smoke inside of the Olympic facility?
I'm going to say probably not. It can't be good for the ice.
Why do they look so much cooler with cigarettes in their mouth?
I don't know. And the way that they're sweeping, I don't think that's doing anything.
Those are witches' brooms. I've seen these.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. And then I like at the end, the U.S. guy gets so excited about his shot, he just falls over.
That's what I just saw. I saw him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at him, slow motion now. Boom.
Yeah, which would definitely be what would happen to me.
Yeah.
They have two different shoes.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that. Yep.
So they have one that is for gripping and one that helps them slide.
Right.
Grippers and slippers,
Yep.
I guess we could call them.
Which is why they always look like they're kicking a skateboard.
Yes.
Yes.
But they're very poetic. It's just the way they glide.
I find it crazy that they do all of this and not once do any of them step on any of the rocks. That I would 100% be kicking everybody's rock.
Yeah, that's true. I did see a couple of times in the Olympics, somebody's broom got stuck.
Yeah.
And they just kind of like fell forward and they did touch the rock. And then what happens is I think by rule is chaos.
Yeah.
Because then they all just stand around and talk about, there's no judge that comes over and says, they just come to an agreement. And the agreement was, well, we think this is where the rock would have ended up if you didn't touch it. And then that's where they put it.
Man,
I don't understand how that works. Because well, maybe it's the Olympic spirit.
yeah.
What's to stop you to say, I'm pretty sure that was going to hit the button. I'm a good sweeper. Tell me it wasn't going to hit the button. You didn't throw that rock. What do you know, Italy?
Sometimes I wonder if they don't have solutions for this because they only do it every 4 years.
No. Not to put a plug out there. If anybody's free next week, Charlotte will be hosting the U.S. Curling Championships. Why they have that after the Olympics? Like, we're going backwards? Shouldn't you build up to the Olympics?
You would think. Or are we starting over?
I mean, next month, is it like the high school championships? Like, I don't understand. Or maybe it is starting over the 4-year cycle.
Why do
They get no breaks.
They get nothing. Yeah, but, it's an indoor sport. So you can always find an ice skating rink.
Yeah.
Why do I want to go to one of these tournaments and watch this? But I really want to play it. And we did find a place in Durham that that offers. They have a whole course, and you can.
Club?
Is that what it's called? Triangle Curling Club. Yeah.
It's TCC.
TCC, the Triangle Cities.
Not Tidewater Community College.
No,
Don't get that.
not the
confused.
same.
I don't know if they have a copyright on that.
What's this video with these women flying all over the place?
Well, I feel like if we were going to curl, this is probably what it would look like.
Which we will.
Just
at
chaos.
some point.
There's people falling down.
Is this one of the? Okay, here we go.
This poor
Curling
fella
chaos.
had a good roll, and then the ladies let him down. They're just.
It was a good send. He didn't fall at all. That's the part I couldn't do. I couldn't bend over like that. There's no way.
Yeah, she.
Oh no! And she hit the rock, so it does happen.
And then they ended up knocking.
knocked her own.
Yeah, they knocked all of theirs out.
No.
Yeah. So Team Gillard, I think it said. If I mispronounce that, I apologize.
I don't think they're going to see this.
No, I think they're
hiding from the internet at this
they're
point.
ashamed.
Yikes.
Yeah. So they were sitting one. They had one right there on the button, and now they have none. This little piggy had none.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Chaos. So I feel like if we did curl.
That's what it would be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by shirts. I love shirts. I wear them just about every day. How about you, Alex?
I love shirts. I'm wearing one now.
They're so versatile. You've got your t-shirt, Got your button-down shirts, collared shirts, short sleeve, crew neck, V-neck. Actually, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I can't wear a V-neck.
No.
The older I get, I'm starting to get like a little cleavage. Can I say that?
Yeah.
We can cut it out. It's not flattering. But I like a nice crew neck.
Yeah.
You know? So, anyway, we don't have any actual sponsors, clearly. Take a look around. We could use the money. So, if you'd like to sponsor us, hit us up at Essential Students Podcast.
Yeah. On YouTube.
On YouTube.
At Essential Students.
Sure. What he said.
It's there.
Yeah.
Do you got shirts? We'd love them.
Yeah.
All kinds. They have to be sponsored.
Yeah, we'll take all kinds.
Otherwise, you're not sponsored.
Just no V-necks.
Yeah. Now, we've talked a lot about curling.
Yeah.
Which is curling making are we doing any type of curling activity at the
Winter
Olympics tonight?
We don't have one this year. I will say a change from this year, from last year, is we tried to do more Winter Olympic themed events.
Yeah. Last
year was just fun and games.
Yeah, I got a sneak peek at a couple of them, including the bobsled, which might be my personal favorite.
Yep. We have a bobsled. It was hard getting the track in here, but
yeah,
we made it work.
The track was easy. The snow was harder.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, Steve.
We got the luge. We've got cross-country skiing. Which, speaking of cross-country skiing, have you seen this gentleman? This is the guy I was talking about that won the 6 gold medals from Norway.
No, but I'm pulling it up now.
One of our youth, who will remain nameless, calls this country Norwegia. It's incorrect. It's Norway. They are Norwegians. Close. But this guy is going uphill on skis, but he is running.
You're not supposed to do that, though, right? You're supposed to be skiing.
Well, I don't know what he's supposed to be doing, but no one else was doing that, and that's why he got the gold medal. There's no one else in the picture because he smoked everybody.
How many strides do you make it before you hit the ground?
3. Well, there was one of the cross-country relays.
Yeah.
The Swedish woman fell over twice. First of all, they're like going flat. She fell over, and then her ski popped off, and the binding broke, and that poor woman was going on one ski.
For the record, I 100% have seen on our ski trip, I saw a lot of our students do this, but not uphill. It was downhill. It wasn't on purpose at all.
No. Pizza. Got a pizza.
You got a pizza.
Yeah.
Man, one of the funnest moments of that entire trip was the amount of times I would pass one of our students in a ditch. And it was great because it was really only us out there. Shout out to the ski trip, which was incredible.
Yes.
But every time I went down, I saw one of our students in a ditch.
Yeah. And they always wave.
Thumbs up. Waving, just taking a break.
Yeah. Go on without me.
Yeah.
Basically was.
Have you seen this? If you haven't, boy, you're in for a treat.
Right now?
This guy who lost control would be the only way I could describe what happened to him.
Okay.
But because of how incredibly good these guys are, he loses control, but then finds a way to stay in control, but then lands backwards to finish this thing out. Oh. This is wild. This is must see TV here. We'll make sure that everybody else can see it too. And this is another thing too, is look at the way that not only are they controlling themselves through disaster zone here, but they're also flipping in the air multiple times.
Yeah,
look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Lands backwards.
All of this is unnecessary. Wow.
Oh man! All right, we've talked about Winter Olympics a lot. If you come to the Winter Olympics tonight, you want to be here. The torch ceremony begins at 5-ish, 5:15, 5:10. We don't want to wait too long because we have a lot to do. A lot of great things to cover. I also wanted to just give everybody a heads up that we are getting ready to kick off a brand new series at Revolution Youth here in the next couple of weeks. We're very excited about it. It's called Sacred. It's going to deal with some topics that maybe are a little bit taboo. We're nothing crazy, but we're going to talk about how to do a lot of things the way that God intended. And sacred, because sacred is one of those words. We're going to dive into what that word means, but I believe that sacred things demand honor. And if there's anything at Revolution Youth that we talk about all the time is honor and what that word means. And sacred is one of those things that means set apart. And so it's to set apart something as being, a higher up in your life, as being, more important in your life. And so, and saying you're going to do things God's way, I think is, it's crazy how many times we have to learn over and over and over again that God's way is better. It is better. I know Forrest Frank sings about this, but it is better. Hard lessons are hard to learn sometimes as a kid. You have to almost, it's like I'm going to force myself to do this the hard way. And the amount of people that told me at a young age, do it God's way, it's the easier way. And now looking back at, 40 years old and thinking of all the different ways that I could have done it God's way and the different phases of life that would have been so much easier. This is just going to be one of those conversations that I feel like all of us will benefit from, as to a community is strongest when we're pushing each other to be better individuals, better versions of ourselves. And as with anything, the more people are a part of a crowd, the easier it is to fit in. And so if everyone is saying, hey, we're going to do it God's way, it's not going to be that hard to say, to be opposite of that, because it's going to be it's the trend. It's what everybody wants to do. And that's my hope for this community at Revolution Youth, is that everyone is pushing each other to do it God's way, to honor things that deserve honor, and things that are sacred. So I'll close with this. Every one of these athletes, this Winter Olympics thing that we talk about, trains for years. And for a moment, most people will forget by next week. It'll be, every time the Olympics comes around, you're like, oh, wow, I forgot about this. This is back again, huh? And they sacrifice comfort, they push through pain, and they obsess over milliseconds, which is crazy to me, about the milliseconds that matter between, the winners, the gold medal, the silver medal. But they do it because they decided that it was worth it. And the real question that I have for all of us here at Essential Students and Essential Church is, what do you treat as worth that kind of focus in your life? Because what you call important shapes who you will become in the future. And the Olympics are fun. Moguls are obviously insane, and skeletons are unhinged, and curling is aggressively organized cleaning, basically. But this Sunday, we are not just watching, we are going to step into it. We're not just going to watch the Olympics. There's going to be competition and energy and tribes. No, probably not tribes, but energy. And there's countries, chaos, memories that you'll talk about all year. And then after that, we're going to jump into a series called Sacred. So because if athletes can give 4 years, right, for a medal, imagine what happens when you give your focus to something that's eternal. So here's your move. I want you to show up tonight. I want you to bring your friends, bring your loud, bring your competitive energy, and maybe, I don't know, stretch a hamstring beforehand so that you don't pull that. Leaders specifically, Kendall. This is just the beginning. Okay, you are not just attending youth; you are building something special every time that you come, and you are essential. And so, for all of you guys, we will see you all tonight at the Winter Olympics.